YouTube, welcome to my channel Smiles Per Gallon. How is everybody? Hope you're feeling above average today. So today I'm out and about doing a bit of a review on my father-in-law's Gsx F600 Suzuki. So yeah, just thought I'd bring it out, have a ride, and we'll do a bit of a talk on it. So this is it, it's a V-Reg, it's in absolute immaculate condition. I can't see any marks anyway. A bit weird getting onto one of these style of bikes for me, because they did feel a little bit cramped up at first, and I was finding it hard to find pegs, because obviously I'm used to riding the KTM and the BMW. But it isn't about this today, it's about this Suzuki 600 Gsx. In some countries they call them the Katana. So I'm going to be reading the specs off my phone. I've not rehearsed anything. So it's a Suzuki Gsx 600F. In some countries, like I said, they call it the Katana. It was produced between 1998 and 1999. Okay. The engine, it's a 4-stroke transverse 4-cylinder DOHC 4-valve per cylinder, 599cc. It's air and oil cooled. Lubrication, it's a wet sump. Induction, it's a 4 times Meccano carburetors, about 80 brake horse, something like that, and that's at 7,950 rpm. Clutch, it's a wet clutch system. Transmission is 6-speed, although I thought it would have 5 when I was riding this, but we'll get on to that. I'll count the gears a bit better when we're out riding. The final drive, it's chain driven. Frame, it's a double cradle tubular steel pipe. Suspension, it's 41mm conventional telescopic coil spring, oil dampened rather, fully adjustable rebound damping. Front brake, it's a 2x290 with a 290mm disc, and it's a 2-pot piston caliper. Rear brake, it's a 240mm disc, and it's a 2-piston caliper. Front wheels, a 17-inch cast aluminium alloy, and the rear wheels 17 cast aluminium alloys, still the same. Front tyres are 110 B80 ZR17, and the rear's a modest 140 80 ZR17. So it's got quite a small rear tyre on it really. Dry weight's 200 kg, that's 444 pounds. That's dry. The wet weight is 219 kilograms, and that's 482.8 pounds. 20 litre fuel tank on it. Our consumption average, it's about 49 miles per gallon. It should do, but I reckon it'll do a bit more than that. So there's your specs. So have a quick walk round, and then I think all that's left is to jump on her and take her for a bit of a ride round lovely Walton up through Crofton on that area. Someone's not come and get up from the other side. As you can see, she's very clean, lovely looking bike for the age, lovely looking bike. So yeah, hold my gloves. So that's the cockpit. So as I say, it did feel a little bit cramped up at first, but once I got on her, started moving, and my legs got used to being in that place, it was fine. Let's try that. A very nice sounding engine on her. We're now out to Breckeney Records. We're just going to have a nice little steady ride. So yeah, it is classed as a sports tour as the Gsx S Suzuki 600, but It does feel a bit more like a sports bike-ish position. Your legs are tucked up quite high, handlebars are quite forward, but you are sat up slightly high, which is a bit weird, but it does feel just like a sports bike to ride, especially on the legs. So I mean, it's an oldish bike, it's a vintage, what's that, 1999? But yeah, it's quite pokey for a 600cc, I must say. Better be careful around it, it's a bus route, so we don't want to be heading onto a bus. But yeah, it's a nice bike. The brakes work really well. It handles bang on, to be honest. I think it's got the same or a similar sort of engine as a Suzuki Bandit. And it does remind me of the first legal road bike that I had on the road, which was a Yamaha 600 Diversion. I think that was an R-Edge, so what, 1997? Going back some years is that. But it's a similar sort of position and same sort of power range. I mean, it's only 80 brake, so it's not going to break any records on a track, but still it has got some torque and some power, really, because it is quite a light bike. It's got a centre stand and a side stand, which is convenient. Even though the tyres, especially the rear tyre, is quite thin, it's quite confidence inspiring with it being quite a light bike. Well, when you're moving it feels quite light, to be honest. So I know the GoPro won't be picking this up so much, but this is quite a steep hill. So as you can see, it's quite torquey. That's going uphill as well. I mean, you've got to get it in the rev range to make it go anyway, but yeah, it's okay. It's a 30 mile an hour as this, so I'm going to tone it down and go a little bit steady, show some respect to the locals as I do. So it's spring, it's April, mid-April as well. And it's quite a warm day, really. Did a bit of a pop then. Yeah, the suspension is really nice and soft over the speed bumps, but still it feels nice and firm and well planted, you know, when you're going around corners, which obviously is what you want. It's just basically an all-rounder, I'd say. Now you can lean it round at corners and it is absolutely bang on, honestly. Go over speed bumps and potholes with ease, you don't hardly feel them. So you're very good, nice and steady around here. It is a bus route, so we don't want to be having any accidents or anything. But at the same footing we can have a little play, can't we? But yeah, brakes are quite sharp. They don't feel as sharp as my KTM, but obviously my KTM is a lot lighter. And as you can see, you can half just whack it round corners. You can lean it in and just You know, you've got that power to pull your house corner as well, which is nice. Lovely road this. They ought to design part of a racetrack same as that, honestly. So we're just coming into a little village of Winterset. A few mountain bikers out and about and ramblers and stuff. I'm going to turn up into Ryle and go that way. It feels a lot newer than it actually is, this bike. A little bit whiny in top gear, but the rest of the gears are fine. I mean, obviously to make it go you have got to wind on the throttle and use the gears, but it's a 600cc, so as I said, we'd expect that, wouldn't we? The gearbox is really smooth as well. The gearbox is exceptionally smooth, I'll be honest with you. That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Sorry, it is a 6-speed, I thought it was a 5. But no, it's just... And something else I've noticed as well, that whining seems to have gone, so maybe it just wanted to run. Yeah, there again, it's just at lower RPMs. So as you get to like 3,500, it seems to wear off, does that whining. And I mean, that's 6-speed at, what we're doing, 50, 45 mile an hour, wind it on, it's still pulling. So yeah, that's not bad. I'm impressed. So we're into the village of Riley. I'm going to slow down because it's only 30 mile an hour. And as I've said, I'm not here to break any records. But yeah, it's quite an agile little bike. I could imagine having a bit of fun on a track with this, if I'm being honest, especially with the sports bike position that you're actually stancing in. It is very flickable, as you can see, really responsive, very responsive. I like it. The more I'm riding it, the more I'm beginning to enjoy the... When I first got on it, don't get me wrong, I thought, God, I don't like this, it's different. But then again, I thought the exact same when I first rid the BMW. I pulled it out of his street just like this, and I went the same way on BMW as I did this. And I ended up buying it off him. The BMW is such a great bike, and this is same. It's a nice ride, it really is. Look, the brakes work absolutely cock on. Brakes work cock on mush. I'm going to head back towards home because, well, back towards home. It's not my bike. I'm going to go back to father-in-law's to drop his the beast back off. So yeah, I'd like to thank my father-in-law and Grant Racing for giving me this opportunity to test ride. Soon be a vintage classic when you think about it. Or soon be a classic, not so much a vintage classic, but a classic. So yeah, let's score it out of 10. So I'm obviously going to be nice because it's my father-in-law's bike. But handling, yeah, I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7 for handling. Power, I'd yeah, get a 6. Brakes, yeah, I'd get brakes a 6. And suspension, I get suspension a 7 because the suspension is absolutely, you know, Suzuki's really got it right on this bike. It's nice over the, you don't really feel potholes so much, yet it's firm enough to go around a bend nice and sharp. So yeah, I like that about the bike. So yeah, all in all, it's, don't get me wrong, it's not the most beautiful looking machine. You know, you rather love it or hate it. It's a bit of a Marmite bike, but I think it's, I like it. I could get used to, I could really get used to it, you know, especially as an all-rounder, you know, commuting, be bang on. It's great through traffic. I'd imagine the tyres are quite cheap as well with it being thin. Maybe you could put a wider back tyre on it, I don't know. I suppose you can mod them, but if you like me, I like to keep everything standard. And, you know, maybe a louder exhaust, I don't know, whatever suits your preference, but I like to keep everything standard, so that's me. You might be different, and there's no wrong with that, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You just turn it in and it, honestly. So I'm going to head back to the father-in-law's now, and we'll deliver it back to him. So if anybody's got a bike they want me to review for them, I'll just take for a ride and see what I think, you know, just get in touch with me, drop me a message and we could meet up somewhere and I'll quite happily do that, not a problem. But yeah guys, don't forget, click the like button if you like this video, give the like button a click, subscribe to my channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. More reviews coming soon with some newer machines, and you know, this is just awesome. So don't forget, click, like, subscribe, share the video, share my videos, that'd be great. I'm pushing on to 300 subscribers now, which is great. I never thought, I know it's not massive, I keep saying, but I never really thought the channel, it started off as a bit of fun first and me just to get my story out there. But it is growing. I've only been doing this vlogging 12 months, so yeah, another 9 and I'm on like 300, so the channel is growing, so please hit that like button and subscribe, and in return you'll get some great content just like this, just like this. I don't want to take it back. I fancy a ride to coast on it. I'm getting really comfortable on it now. I think the more time you spend on it, the more comfy you get on it. At first I just felt cramped up, well that's because I wasn't used to the position. So, this is me, Smiles per Gallon, signing off. Love you all to bits, and I'll see you the next time. Ciao for now.